Hello everyone, welcome. It's Wednesday 2nd of December 2020. I'm Diane and this is my Flosstube channel where I share my hobby cross stitch. Now since my last video I gained an extra 50 subscribers, which is amazing. Thank you to everyone who subscribed. Thank you to everyone who's come back to watch again. Thank you for having faith in me, and I hope you find something you like seeing. Perhaps some of you could tell me how you found my channel. I think someone out there has given me a shout out and I would like to thank them properly for it. Now, on to cross stitch. I have an FFO. This, there we go, without the glare. This is designed by Twin Peak Primitives and it was issued to coincide with the 2019 December retreat that they held in Roden. It shows St. Nicholas on his white horse, Amerigo, and two of his helpers. It's a Dutch tradition that he arrives sometime in November, and then on the 5th of December, after travelling around the Netherlands, he delivers a gift to every child in the Netherlands. A bit like the Christmas man. This is stitched on some kind of fabric, even weave, linen, I'm not sure, but I hand dyed it myself with grey and I used the called for DMCs. And I have an FO. The Secret by RTO. This was a kit with I think 14 count ecru Ada stitched with DMC, and I've loved it. The colours are an absolute joy to work with. Every time I had to change a colour and check with the symbol what colour it was, I was delighted. There's about one neutral in there, and even that was pretty next to all the colours. So I really like that. I also did a bit more work on my Double Snow by Orcraphics. I think I've got a pile here, it's about to fall on the floor. There we go. He's getting a face. He's beginning to get a face, and he's got his buttons and half a hat. Hopefully I'll get that finished by Christmas. I did a little bit more on my NKO the Fox. This was a pre-printed canvas, my first tryout for pre-printed canvases. In my last video I showed you another pre-printed canvas that I had purchased. And it was 90 centimeters wide, a yard wide. Yeah, I don't know how I could ever stitch that in hand. Anyway, I got an extra, I think two threads in here. So it's finishing. And then, what else? Oh, I have a new start. I'm stitching this one. Both patterns are in the packet. I still do by ink circles, and I kitted this up last autumn in 2019 with the idea that I would stitch it with autumn colours in the autumn. And then I realised I had Halloween stitching to do and was in a hurry to get that ready for the end of October, so I never started it then. But this year I did. I haven't taken that back, can you see? They're all variegated autumn colours. Some of those greens don't work. Some of the yellows are a little bit too bright. And I shared the fabric that I'd hand dyed for it on Instagram. And then I looked at the fabric, and it's about a 20 count Ada, and the flosses that I've pulled to work on it are a mix. There's DMC, Venus, Anchor, and Lubica, or is it Lubica? I don't know, it comes from Zagreb. And the DMC flosses change colour very quickly, which would have been fine to stitch on 20 count Ada, but some of the other makes with variegated flosses, you have quite a long piece of one colour before it changes, and on 20 count it wouldn't be any variegation. So that was the first thing. I had to pull other fabric, and I thought I'd pulled 16 count Aida, and I think it turned out to be 14 count. And when I dyed it, it didn't dye as well, probably because I think it's not cotton. The dye I use is for natural fabrics, and if you use it on man-made fabrics, it takes a little bit, but not very well. Anyway, show you how much I've got done. There we go. Just a minute, I'm going to put it on my board. There we go. It's easier for me to hold like that. It's all rolled up because I stitch into hand. I started with the green in the middle. I wanted green in the middle, and I looked at it the next morning and thought, that's bright spring green. So I frogged it out, pulled this green out, looked fine on the skein, and it still looks a little bright, but I thought, you know, I'll stitch further. I can always frog it again. And then I was merrily stitching these motifs. Oh dear. And then I was looking at this one thinking, there's something wrong with it. Doesn't look right. Oh, I'll keep going, stitch some more. No, it didn't look right. And then I figured out I had it 10 stitches too far over. And because it was in the wrong place, I think that one and that one were also in the wrong place. So I had to frog another 3 out. Carried on stitching. And then what happened? Oh, I stitched one here in a variegated floss, and I picked all the flosses for colours that I have in my garden or that are in the woods behind my house, and these colours are genuinely in the garden, but they just didn't look right, so I frogged that out again. That's 1, 3, 4, 5 lots of frogging already. Then I stitched this corner, and I don't know if you can tell, this bit and this bit here is different to that. Yeah, the before supper and after supper. I picked up the wrong skein. Kind of had enough of frogging, so I'm not frogging anymore. I'm going to keep on with this. I can't say that I'm in love with it yet. But after frogging so much, I began to feel the universe was telling me something. So I stopped stitching for a while, and I pulled out my sewing machine. I used to do a lot of sewing, and I made a project bag, a vinyl fronted project bag. It's a bit summery, but I'm really pleased with it. I'm not sure what I'm going to put in that yet, but I will. Purchases. Oh yeah. I don't know where it is now. I've lost it. Well, I don't know where the chart is. Oh dear. I got antique white even weave for my daughter's Mirabilia Sleeping Princess, and I got the extra flosses come in. I had a bag. This was all in my stash, and these are the flosses that I had to purchase, and I got these from Cherry's Nye Atelier. She always has good prices, and she had, I think, 10% off or something, 15% off for her birthday. There we are. So that was a good price. And the fabric that I just showed you, antique white even weave, I got on from Spinnerai.nl, and that was also something like 10% off. Yeah, in case you don't know, I introduced myself in my first Flosstube video as being a skinflint. I like discount prices. I do not like paying full price. And I buy a lot of my kits on second-hand auction sites, so I pay very little for them, and I'm very happy about paying very little for them. And it's kind of spoilt me. Having to pay good money for the Mirabilia chart, for the embellishment packet, buying floss, buying fabric. It comes to quite a bit. I am not used to having to pay so much for my stitching. Other purchases. 10 minutes. This is important because the analytics, YouTube analytics tell me that the average watcher stays for 7 minutes. So if you're still watching, you're a die-hard stitcher. Good on you. We went to Texel, which is an island, about there. Yeah, about there. In northern Netherlands for a few days. Everything's closed because of COVID. Just supermarkets are open. And we had a lovely time walking with our dog on the beach. And she had a wonderful time running. She even dared to run into some of the water this time. They also have an LNS on Texel in the main city, Den Burg. It's called De Witte Engel. That's the White Angel. It's primarily a shop for a felt manufacturer. They have a huge amount of felt, different qualities, wool and viscose, only natural fibres, and they ship all over the world, but they have a small amount of cross stitch, and I always go there to pick up a towel that I want to stitch. I always stitch one. So they have these little guest towels. It's not too big. I hold it a bit closer, perhaps you can see. There you go. It's got sort of an even weave that you can stitch in. It's showing yellow on the camera, but it's actually just a really deep, rich cream. And I got the cream. Meant to drop that. Got the page. There you go. Yeah, it's washing out. It's a warm peach. Excuse me a minute. Just drop some more. Yeah, and I got a washcloth in the same peach and in the same cream. And these also have just a little band there of even wave to stitch on with sheep's heads. Faces, sorry. And this is the chart. I shouldn't show that, should I? That goes with the towels and the floss. They use sheep in Texel as, I think, an unofficial sigil because it's famous for its sheep farming. Now, I'd like to give one of these away, one of these kits. Either the peach or the cream with the pattern and the floss. If you don't know what it's a was huncher, a washcloth. It's not quite a glove. I've got one in here from our own bathroom. It's more a pocket. And it's very typical to the Netherlands. Anyway, that's a giveaway. If you would like the towel washcloth set, just leave a message below and tell me whether you would like the peach or the cream. You get one and I get to keep the other one. Don't mention giveaway, don't mention freebie, be over 18 so you can give me your address later. And for some reason you have to be a subscriber. I think there's some legal reason for that, because I think it's something about me not opening up something to the whole world but only to my group of friends, something like that. So be a subscriber, you can always unsubscribe later. And this will stay open until the day before my next floss tube, so it'll be at least 2 weeks. And if you already know what you would want to stitch on the towel, because of course you don't have to stitch the sheep from Texel, I'd like to hear what that would be. Other purchases, yeah, because couldn't leave it alone. All second hand. I have this little Blackbird kit. I think it's Blackbird? Yes, Blackbird Designs kit. Not kit, chart. And this is Little House Needleworks chart. And another Little House Needleworks chart. They're just so cute. And another one, because you don't just buy one, do you? They're so pretty. And this one is a Dutch designer. It is all in Dutch. I'm going to hold it right up close, maybe you can see. It says coffee. No, you can't see very well, can you? Not at all. Anyway, it's all in Dutch. It's a coffee design and tea design. And I'm not sure if I showed this one before. This is by Kathy Barrick. I just love that rabbit. I just love that rabbit. I might have shown this, I don't know. What is this? Bee Border. This is by Joke Trebbe de Nijs, another Dutch designer. And this is by, oh, Diane Arthurs. Design in blue. Just had to have it. I think if I stitched, I'd do it without the alphabet. Oh, maybe, yeah, without the alphabet. Don't like alphabets. And then there was a couple of kits. If I hold this right up close. I think this one's a German kit. Are you focusing for me, please? Anyway, I thought that was so cute, and it's already kitted up with even wave? No, cheese linen, and the colours. There we go. I just thought that was so pretty. And I have found a more realistic pre-printed canvas. This, I think, originated from AliExpress, but I bought it on a Dutch second-hand site for €3. I like the price. Yeah, I won't buy anything from AliExpress if I can help it. They, some of the companies represented by AliExpress do not respect copyright. But if someone else has already purchased it, the damage is done. So that will be next after my fox. And that's it. This has been my longest video ever. If you've got this far, thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves. Yeah, take care of the people next to you. And I'd love to read your comments. Bye-bye.